I mean, music in general has changed so much.
Yep.
That the thing is that most people think there's no melodies left. There's no,
Yep.
you know, seeing somebody improvise is a rarity, you know.
Absolutely.
But jazz is still that grand sort of genre that you can do that in.
Yep. That was one reason we wanted to stick with jazz music.
Yep.
Because it is the instruments, it's the sounds.
Yeah.
Like we have horns on stage, we have, you know, pianos, keys, we have the lead guitar, the bass guitar.
Yeah.
We have all of the real instruments that put out the real sound.
Yeah.
Nothing against those synthesizers or those systems that allow those sounds to be replicated through those systems, but it's nothing like the real thing.
Live.
All the way live.
Yeah, nice.
All the way live. Yeah. Which is a song from back in our past too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is that? Somebody say that. Hey, I love like that won't last. Didn't I tell you, baby, all that I got to. What? Tell you, baby. Oh, sing on. This is no ordinary love. You said no ordinary love. This is no ordinary love. Oh yeah, no ordinary love. Hey! You guys are having a real good time out there. Hey! What do you say? I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Oh, Lord. Hey! We've been waiting for this moment for all of our lives. Oh, Lord.
Could you talk about making sure the space was right too for you?
Yep.
You know, because that's the fact that it's open and it has that feeling, but also where it is. Could you talk about the importance of that? That's more of a business question, but that's an important thing, and especially the way this operates with the phone.
Yep. Well, you know, real estate, there's the old saying with real estate, location, location, location. I found that to be really true with this.
Yeah.
We've been looking, my partner and I have been looking for a few years actually. But we wanted to stay in Birmingham proper. We wanted to stay in the downtown area, if you will. We looked at a lot of different venues. For this reason or that reason, they weren't right for us. We actually looked at this location previously, and circumstances didn't allow us to come in at that time, which is about 5-6 years or so ago. We were fortunate to come back to it.
Okay.
And I guess you could say full circle.
Yeah.
The location had changed in that 6-year period that we initially looked at it. The vibe, the energy around this area completely changed. Changed for the better. There was a lot going on with this area. It was already here and established.
But it was pre-stadium.
But it was pre-stadium. So it was established, but there was a need to have a live entertainment venue here. So it was, if you will, the perfect marriage. There was a need to have live entertainment here. We were looking for a place that was vibrant, that had good energy. They were revitalizing this area, adding things to it. So it was a perfect marriage, what we needed and what the area needed. So the location was perfect, and it allowed us to revamp the area from what this building was before we came here.
Here
we try to do is, if I'm familiar with the bands that come through, which I am, a lot of them, because I follow music for years, not just here within the city or within the state, but regionally and nationally too. So I'm familiar with a lot of the bands that perform here. Those that I'm not familiar with, I do a little research and do my due diligence to make sure that that vibe, that music playlist that they're bringing to Uptown Jazz Lounge, to make sure that it fits in with what we're trying to do. And what we're trying to do again is blend in various forms of jazz in all of its forms, but again, make sure that it's something that will also equate to what our customer base is looking for. So it's a certain style, yes.
Certain vibe or what?
Yeah, because we want to stick with either contemporary and traditional jazz, or we will also have R&B, but we want to also make sure that R&B stays within the jazz element itself. We've had our nights that have been exclusive or specific to a particular style of music, but that's because of an event that we're having that night or the group that we know is coming in that night. So we've done some straight R&B, we've done some straight blues, we've done a little bit of rock and roll as well. But for the most part, we provide the bands that's going to give us Uptown Jazz Lounge. We didn't name it Uptown Jazz Lounge for any other reason, with the exception that we want to have a jazz feel and flavor and all its variances here.
Your taste changed over here? Your palate for jazz?
Over the years?
Well, even in the past, 10 years.
Yes, absolutely,
Really?
absolutely. Yeah, because when I first was introduced to jazz, I was definitely introduced to it, well, more contemporary or jazz fusion.
Like who?
Jeff Lorber. You had a lot of David Sanborn, Grover Washington, current jazz artists today, Hughes Groove, Walter Beasley, Gerald Albright.
Yeah.
But
and a lot of those performers, they did go into fusion.
Yep.
A lot of them.
Yep.
Even Terrence Blanchard.
Yep, absolutely. They themselves saw the change or the transformation, so they would actually, I wouldn't say crossed over, but they blended in fusion with what they were doing as well, the traditional jazz. So that changed for me just the opposite. I came into it more with those artists, but then as I got more into it, then I also became more accustomed to traditional jazz artists from yesteryear and current. Definitely the, lost my train of thought with the brothers there in New Orleans, the family.
Marcellus?
Yes, all of Marcellus brothers, and the dad. Yeah. So I got more into that with Winston and Marcellus and his dad and Brandon. So I got more into that form of jazz, New Orleans style jazz, but I also started going back. I started going and listening to Cannonball Adderley, started listening to John Coltrane and Birdman, Charlie Parker. Yeah. So I tried to, see where it all began, since jazz began in the United States.
Yeah.
So I want to see where it began and how it evolved and how it's still evolving.